British migration and nationality legislation evolved significantly from 1948 to 1981. The 1948 British Nationality Act granted Commonwealth citizens the right of entry to the UK. However, subsequent acts in 1962 and 1968 restricted this right, requiring vouchers and limiting entry based on parental ties to the UK. While race relations acts were introduced to manage integration and prevent discrimination, later acts in the 1970s and 1980s further tightened immigration controls and made it more difficult to obtain British citizenship. Against the backdrop of changing laws, racial tensions mounted. The color bar in the 1950s saw widespread social discrimination, fueling hostility that led to the Notting Hill riots. Black and brown migrants were restricted in the types of jobs, houses, and even cafes and restaurants, with signs like the one you can in front of you. There was some negativity about the restrictive acts of Parliament from the British public, but strong support from some like MP Enoch Powell. He famously gave his Rivers of Blood speech in 1968, where he claimed that immigration threatened the British identity and would turn violent if not stopped, and a minority of white people supported his claims. In the 1970s, there were competing voices all over Britain with regards to immigration. The National Front, established in 1967, was a political party that would terrorize, intimidate, and use violence against communities, taking inspiration from the policies of Hitler and Nazi Germany. On the other hand, were the Anti-Nazi League and Rock Around Racism, that tried to prevent and counter racial tension by going against the National Front and campaigning for improvements in housing and employment.